Hi, welcome to the small shed. This week I'm off to the inaugural meeting of the Cyclekart Club of Great Britain. Pretty prestigious day, I think. See you in a minute. Now, one of the things I forgot to do when I was putting the bearings in the rear wheels was the fact that there is actually three little strengthening pieces, I presume, in the middle of that axle there, which intrude just enough to stop an axle going through. So all I'm going to do is take a fairly crude approach to it and literally just file them down a bit until I can get the 25mm axle in. I don't think there's any huge problem with it in terms of strength or anything. I think as much as anything it was guiding the spacer tube more than anything, but it's just enough to impede putting the back wheels together. So we'll get this filed out and then we'll see how we get on from there. Put the bearings back in after. So that's just taking those little bits out, put the bearings back in, and so the rear axle work as far as this is concerned, I've still got to put on brake discs and chain wheels, but for the moment there is the hub carrier which goes on first. Slap that off a bit, I think. Certainly I've found the ends of the axles are slightly more difficult to get things on where the circlips have been. There's a little bit of ragging I need to just sort out. We then have a backing plate which goes into the wheel itself, or onto the back face of the wheel. Then the wheel goes on. Pulling the bearing out, you can see, just because it's that little bit tight. I'll just pop that back in. As I say, the bearings aren't doing anything really other than acting as spacers. They certainly seem to struggle on the very end of the axle where the circlip is. And so that whole thing, when I've drilled the holes in the right place, there will then be another plate on the outside which just slots into the wheel, and that all clamps together and transmits the drive through. Now, unfortunately, this is a repeat visit to, I think it was about video 10 in the Cyclekart saga, and it's over to Gaydon in Warwickshire, to where I visited before and saw the Austin 7 races in the display area as being my inspirational cars. By coincidence, something like 8 or 9 months later, there's a meeting there today which is probably quite historic as far as UK cycle carts are concerned, in that it's a gathering to sort of formalise the whole structure of it within the UK. And up until now, it's been a collection of ad hoc guys getting together who've built carts, hiring a track and having a blast round. But I think we're getting to the stage with the forum, you can certainly see the increase in traffic, that it's going to need some sort of overseeing body, if you like. Nothing too heavy, nothing too controlling, I'm sure. But it's when you come to start to organise events, people start to want to know if you've got insurance and things like that. And unless you've got some sort of regulatory body that's putting some sort of standards in place, you're not going to get that. And it also needs that weight of, we are an organisation of, you know, so many people, that you can start and get into events that you wouldn't normally otherwise get to. We've been very lucky so far. The organisers, albeit on an ad hoc basis, have got into Brooklands, they've got into speed trials at Grimsthorpe, events like that, Haynes Motor Museum, and use tracks that we wouldn't normally have access to, I'm sure. But I think having that body will help. And so I'm going over today, and I've taken it as an opportunity, if you like, to start to break cover with my own build. You'll have been watching the diaries for, well, if you're still awake, for many weeks now. But in fact, I got well ahead with the videos before I actually started to formally show what was going on and publicise it, if you like. So I've got in the back all the bits that I've got that are, it's not a rolling chassis. I was hoping I might have a rolling chassis ready, but I'm not quite there. The front end can be made rolling. It really needs the radius arms sorting and things like that, but I've got enough there to be able to lay out a line of components that are, some of which are vaguely bolted together, that will go with some of the completed cycle carts that I think are going to be there, and as much as anything, it has a talking point so that any other new builders can see how I've done it, how I'm getting things like wheels connected and things like that, and can make comment on, you know, that's not the way you're going to have trouble there with that if you carry on down that route sort of thing as well. So it should be a good day. I'll take a few pictures there and get a bit of video, I hope, and we'll have a look when we get there. Right, so that's it as far as the cycle karting club is concerned. There is now an official body sorted. It's been a great day. I didn't take any pictures in there because you've got to start worrying about other people not wanting photographs taken and things like that, but it's been a good day. I've had an inspiring day in as much as I've seen a lot of cycle karts, I've seen a lot of cycle karters, and it's been useful to have that dialogue. The forums are all well and good, but it's much easier to be just throwing questions out and sparking off other people and getting ideas, and it's been really good for that. And most importantly of all has been the fact that I've caught up with the second of the works races of the green ones that has now temporarily got there, so that's been good as well. So it's been a really huge day as far as I'm concerned. So we'll now move on and get something else done on the cycle kart, because fired up now, it's time to get on and do some more building. Okay, so that's the inaugural meeting sorted, and very enjoyable day out as well. I hope the video was of interest. It certainly inspired me to getting more work done on the cart and pursuing with the whole build. Look forward to seeing you next week, when hopefully we'll be doing something different on the cart, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye!